Hello and welcome everyone. The Division 2 have just announced a lot of big changes, I'm going to say, today. I think there are some big announcements that they went over in today's live stream. They've only just ended. I'm doing a recap video right now. But things like what's in this video's title, we are getting an increase to our stash space. The Division 1 global events are getting fixed. We found out what's coming in Season 3, which is due on the 25th of February in terms of what modifiers we're going to get. Also the seasonal journey. Some other changes that they're doing for Season 3 as well. And they spoke about the DLC. A lot of people were disappointed the other day when they announced a delay to the DLC. They just spoke at length about that. We've even got some DLC exclusive to show you in this video, and it's not delayed as much as some people think. Some people are thinking it won't be out this year, it might even get cancelled. It's definitely coming out, definitely in 2025, although not a date yet. There's going to be a lot more information coming very, very soon, and they apologized and thanked us for our patience, but told us not to worry too much. So this video now is to recap that stream today. We're going to go over everything that they discussed. So as I've used it as the video for this title, we're getting more stash space. Let's discuss that first. You can see on screen here, the stash size is now 400. We're getting an extra 100 spaces to store our loot. It's been discussed for a long time. People have been requesting this for a long time, and they discussed about the limitations of that. And it's not as plain sailing as just everybody getting the 400. So when the new season goes live on the 25th of February, if you own Warlords of New York, you'll get an additional 50 spaces in your stash, making it 350. But if you also own the Year 1 pass, that pass is what comes with all of the classified assignments, and it also enabled you to use the additional specializations without doing the field research. If you own that pass, you'll get another 50. So what they did say, if you have the Ultimate Edition of Division 2, everything would be included in that. You'll get the full 100. If you just own them both individually, that's also fine. So you do need to have the expansion. You do need to have the Year 1 season pass to get a hold of all the 100 spaces, which I know a few people are a little bit disappointed about, but hey, I think a lot of people are going to be happy about this. We've been asking for inventory size increase for so long. We've got an extra 100 spaces in our stash for us to use to store our loot. And this is coming when Season 3 lands on the 25th of February. Another thing I was very happy to hear was about the Division 1 global events. I think they mentioned this during the Q&A at the end. For a long time now, they've been looking for a solution, a long-term solution to fix global events on the Division 1. So I don't know what that means, but they said they've got the solution for that now. So in the future, I guess in the near future, they are going to fix global events on the Division 1. Now, a lot of people that play the Division 2 aren't bothered about this. You don't play the Division no more, but it still has a fan base. People still play it. New people even still get on the game that haven't played it before. And it's such a shame that the global events have just not been working. They're a big part of that game, and they're on rotation every single year. And even I went back to play the Division 1 at times when the global events were on, and recently I've gone back to playing the game. You know, I want to invest in it again. So having the global events not active does make it a little bit hard to get to where you want to get to on the game, because that's how you got your classified gear, and it's such a shame they haven't been working. You were just stuck with farming resistance to get a hold of a lot of the gear, and like a lot of the game didn't kind of like work, like with the commendations and stuff, some of the rewards you got for the global events. So I'm glad that this is fixed. We don't have a date on this, but it's something that they said in the background that they did want to fix eventually, and today they confirmed they have got a fix or a solution for it. So we'll talk about that as soon as that does go live and whatever that solution is, but global events will be coming back to the Division 1. So let's move now on to the DLC, the Division 2 Battle for Brooklyn. They kicked off the stream of this today, and they revealed the logo. We can see it on screen now, the Division 2 Battle for Brooklyn. They were very excited to talk about this. They apologized by how the message ran out the other day. It wasn't that clear. People got very confused with it. They just reiterated that yes, it's been delayed. Yannick kind of said they're very close for being finished. Very, very close. They just need to finish it off, and it will be 2025. They didn't want to give a date, but Daria did say how they'd have a lot more news on like the Division Day in March, the Division's anniversary. It's going to be a big one. There'll be more to come then. They also revealed this image, which is some of the artwork that they got for it. So they said there's kind of some clues in this. I don't know what they meant by that. I'm kind of looking at this image. Maybe pause and take a screenshot and see if you can If you can see much, if is there a new skill there or something? Is there something to give anything away? I'm not sure. On stream earlier, somebody mentioned about 2 specializations, but I'm not seeing that. I'm just seeing a minigun, grenade launcher on the guy in front, the sniper rifle there. We got a Red Panda backpack trophy. There's a hive. I'm not sure, but yeah, this is the artwork that they were happy to show us. We can see Save Brooklyn at the top there, Brooklyn Bridge in the distance. They did discuss about the DLC and the size of it. Yannick mentioned how this was a big update for them. He did stress that it's for them, the team size. This isn't going to be as big as Warlords New York. There's a reason why this is not called an expansion and it's a DLC. So Warlords of New York was an expansion to the game. This is just a DLC. It's definitely going to be a new map. There's new story missions and things like that. But what he meant by that, I don't know. But I'd say it's going to be the biggest thing we have seen since Warlords, I imagine, and since they released the Iron Horse raid and things like that. I guess what I'm thinking is don't expect a whole game change like the Warlords of New York brought to the game. Like there's huge changes in that game released with gear and everything. I don't think it's going to be that size. I think the game's not going to change too much. We're just going to get that new map. We're going to get that new story. And hopefully beyond that, we've got a year 7 with things to look forward to. It's kind of the gist that I'm getting, but I guess nobody knows until they reveal it and speak more of it. I'd definitely say that on their Division Day in March, a trailer or something, some gameplay. I don't know, but I'm definitely expecting a lot more information about Battle for Brooklyn and what it is going to bring to the game. I'm very excited. There will be a price point. They refuse to discuss about this, but I imagine people will be asking, will you have to pay for this? Would it be free? Or the way they were speaking in today, like they refuse to discuss it, but it sounds like it will be a paid DLC. This isn't going to be free content. But you won't need to own Warlords of New York to get this. They did say that. And I think I pretty much covered everything. They just spoke about the delay and how it's not as far away as people think. It will be this year. There's a lot more information coming soon. And Yannick did say also to read between the lines, because they said the DLC isn't coming in year 6. There's a year 7. They've been working hard on a year 7. So not only do we have the Battle for Brooklyn news to come and the DLC to be released, we're still yet to receive all the news about what that year 7 looks like. So maybe again on Division Day in March, they're going to reveal what that year 7 is, because we're at the end of the roadmap now for year 6. We don't know what's coming after this DLC. I think very soon we're going to find that out, and I can't wait for that. They seem quite excited about the news they're holding back from us. And yeah, I think the Division Day in March is going to be one of the biggest ones they've done yet, and there's going to be a lot of hype around it. But we'll see. Not long away. We're at the end of January now. March is practically really just 4 or 5 weeks away. So yeah, can't wait. More news will be announced. One thing I do want to add just now before we move on to the other stuff is one last thing on the roadmap for year 6 was about all the character customizations, and they're bringing a new way. I forgot how they worded it, but a new way to express yourself in the game with your character. They've actually gone back on that. So not only has the DLC been delayed, but that part about the character customizations and the character expression, they've gone back on that whole system. That's not going to release with Season 3, but they are going to be taking parts of it to release as quality of life improvements going forward. Moving on, and before we get into next season's modifiers, let's go over all the new items that are coming in the new season. One of these items is a new exotic SMG called the Oxpecker, which is on screen here. A few people complained in stream of how it looks like. Some people love the way it looks. But I really like the talent of this. So we're getting a new exotic in a new season, and the talent on this SMG is Symbiosis, where while having a shield deployed, you lose shield health at a rate of 10% per second. But your shield receives repairs of 25% of the damage dealt by this weapon. So straight away I'm interested in this, and I'm thinking how's like solo legendary gonna be with this if we can have a shield that can keep on repairing itself if we're putting out some good damage. Very interesting. I can't wait to try this on the PTS. This will be available on the PTS tomorrow when we load it up. We are then also getting some new exotic gloves next season called the Exodus gloves. Talent on this is Smokescreen. They come with armor, crit chance, hazard protection, which I'm gonna guess is standard. With Smokescreen on armor break, you're gonna drop a smoke bomb at your feet, concealing you from enemies for 3 seconds with a cooldown of 40 seconds every time that happens. They said that this one will work differently in PvP compared to PvE. All that will be in the patch notes that we can have a read through, and obviously we can have a look on the PTS when it lands. Patch notes, by the way, I will try and link in the video description once I send this video out if they are live, so you can have a read over the patch notes. And there's also a Birdie's Quick Fix Backpack exotic coming next season. Skill tier, skill ace, repair skills, and it's all around a healer build by the looks of it. The talent is called Combat Medic. You get plus 50% revive speed, 50% weaken debuff timer, and then it provides 50% damage resistance to both agents while reviving or being revived, and for 5 seconds after a successful revive. Successful revives will also provide 1+ skill tier for 30 seconds, revives at skill tier 6 grant overcharge for 15 seconds. This is for a healer build. It's a new way of being a healer. It's a combat medic backpack. How that's going to go into current strategies or how you can use that to your advantage during, like, I'm thinking raids or other content you may do with a healer, I'm not sure. Looking forward to test it, I guess. I'd say out of the 3 exotics that are coming next season, I'm definitely most interested in that SMG. The new gear set in Season 3 is going to be the Refactor gear set. 2 pieces of this is going to give you status effects of 15%. 3 pieces of this will give you 25% skill damage. 4 pieces is going to give you the Return to Sender talent, where you receive repairs of 10% of your damage dealt by your skills, and your allies receive repairs of 20% of the damage dealt by your skills. A very interesting take on a skill build there. Looks like you're going to be creating a skill build that heals you and your team, which could actually become real good and maybe replace a healer in some instances. The Refactor backpack comes with the over-engineered talent. While at full armor, repairs received from Return to Sender will provide bonus armor up to 40% of your total armor. Does not apply to allies though. And the chest piece comes with the talent Increased Interest. Increase the repairs received from Return to Sender from 10% to 25% and from 20% to 35%. The new brand set that is coming in the new season is called Shiny Monkey Gear. They did mention how the appearance of this is going to change, so don't worry about that. It's just this in the PTS. By the time it releases, it'll have a proper appearance. But for 1 piece of this, you get skill duration of 15%, 5% skill efficiency for 2 pieces, 52% repair skills for 3 pieces. And this does have some named items, obviously, coming with the brand set as well. We've got a named Axle backpack with Perfect Energize. Using an armor kit grants 1 skill tier for 15 seconds. If already at skill tier 6, it'll grant overcharge for cooldown of 30 seconds. And some named knee pads called Grease, which gives you a perfect attribute, 16% status effects. And then there's also 2 new named weapons coming, the Goalie and Rusty. Goalie is an AR, Rusty is an LMG. They're both going to come with the perfect talent called Perfect Pressure Point. Pressure Point must be the new talent that's coming in a new season. And what it does is amplify weapon damage to enemies on the status effect. The perfect version is 15%. We didn't get to see what the normal version of that is, so I'm guessing it's going to be something like 10 or 12%. And then I want to discuss the modifiers for Season 3. It's called Rogue Momentum. I'm going to go over all of these now because I believe he did show everything on screen. So let's cover this now and take a look at everything there is. We'll be testing this out on the PTS over the weekend. Hopefully get some videos out for you. But Rogue Momentum, this is going to be the global modifier. You're going to build momentum by eliminating enemies. That's going to be kills, multi-kills, headshots, skill kills, tactical kills. Higher tiers grant escalating bonuses, but momentum decays over time. The decay is temporarily paused when you sprint or use pulse. So the bonuses will work like this, calculated from 1% to 25% of how much momentum you build will give you 5% weapon and skill damage. At 26% to 50% momentum, you get 10% weapon and skill damage, 10% movement speed, and 5% reload speed. That's swift. Ruthless is 51% to 75% of the momentum gauge. You get 15% weapon skill damage, 15% movement speed, 10% reload speed, and 15% rate of fire. Then Savage will be 76% to 95% of your momentum, which will give 20% weapon and skill damage, 20% movement speed, 15% reload speed, and 20% rate of fire. You'll be unstoppable at 96% to 100% of the momentum. This will give you 20% weapon and skill damage, 20% movement speed, 20% reload speed, 25% rate of fire, which is pretty much the same as the above with a few amendments there. But then your skills will be on overcharge. So if you can keep yourself at 96% to 100% of the momentum and become unstoppable, you're going to have constant overcharged skills, which sounds incredible. It mentions blacklisted enemies as well. Random enemies marked during combat will provide bonus momentum and plus 10% weapon handling and critical hit chance when killed. Taking damage from blacklisted enemies slows momentum gains by 50% for 5 seconds. So that's how the new seasonal modifier is going to look in season 3. For me, that is so much better than last season's where we're looking at ranges and all of that sort of stuff. This is just go and run and gun, shoot stuff, kill stuff, and get more powerful while you're doing it. It sounds like it wants you to be very face tanky, and I like it. Hostile modifiers have changed as well in this new season. They said they would do that, so we no longer have like 4 different hostile modifiers to contend with. You just have the one, and the advances you advance with the journey as well. So let's have a look at this. The hostile modifier for next season is called Frenzy. Enemies grow more aggressive and resilient, matching your rising momentum. Frenzied enemies boast increased rate of fire, movement speed, and rapid armor health regeneration. Higher season progression increases the number of frenzied enemies and the potency of their buffs. As you push through season chapters, frenzy becomes more common and more powerful. So, chapter 3, once you progress past that, the enemies will get 10% rate of fire, 10% movement speed, and 10% second armor health regeneration. As you complete chapter 4, that's 20% rate of fire, they're going to get 15% movement speed and 15% per second armor and health regen. And once you complete chapter 5 and onwards, they'll get 30% rate of fire, 20% movement speed, and 20% per second armor health regen. The more you grow in power, the more ruthless your enemies become. So stay sharp. I like this. I think one of the biggest problems with the modifiers in season 2 currently is that they have everything to begin with, and you've got to progress through your journey, and you've got to unlock all of your modifiers before you can counter them, and modifiers become fun. It's kind of like a big blocker. This way, it isn't going to be so bad when you first turn the modifiers on, and as you progress and as you unlock modifiers to boost yourself, then they're going to then start increasing there. So until you've completed chapter 3, there's going to be nothing to worry about. You can turn on modifiers and enjoy the modifiers with no enemy buffs, and then as you go through your journey and you unlock more, that's when they get their buffs. So I like the way they've done this. It'll be interesting to see how that is on the PTS tomorrow and over the weekend. I look forward to checking that out. And that does lead us on to the modifiers. We've got 3 active modifiers. Again, the same passive up there. That must be misprint. These are the active ones. There's Overdrive, Critical Supremacy, and Vendetta. With Overdrive, you are instantly going to max out your rogue momentum and receive powerful combat bonuses. After Overdrive ends, your momentum gain is temporarily reduced. Your bonuses: 20 seconds, 30% weapon damage, 30% skill damage, 30% rate of fire, unlimited ammo supply. Penalties: after Overdrive ends, momentum gains are reduced by 50% for 30 seconds. Cooldown is 150 seconds. With the Tactical Supremacy active modifier, it increases all equipped passive modifier bonuses for a limited time, so your momentum won't increase or may be cancelled if at ultimate tier while this effective is active. Certain actions increases the duration of Tactical Supremacy. Granted bonuses: 15 seconds base. All passive modifier effects are increased by 100%. Headshot kills add 2 seconds to Tactical Supremacy's duration, while skill kills add 1 second. Tactical Supremacy can be extended by a maximum of 25 seconds, and its total duration cannot exceed 40 seconds. Penalties: no momentum gain while active. If at the unstoppable momentum tier 95 to 100%, it'll be cancelled on activation. Cooldown is 150 seconds. And then Vendetta. Mark multiple enemies for elimination, using the indicated means, primary weapons, skills, or pistol, to earn stacking defensive bonuses. Failing to eliminate enemies using the indicated means reduces your armor. Bonuses per elimination method: primary weapons plus 15% bonus armor for 10 seconds, skill kill 15% damage reduction for 10 seconds, and pistol kill 25% bonus armor for 10 seconds. Penalties: if you fail to eliminate a marked enemy using a specified method, you suffer minus 30% to armor penalty. Vendetta marks are visible and interactable to nearby players. Its bonuses and penalties can also apply to nearby players. Furthermore, Vendetta will overwrite any blacklist marks while active. The blacklist marks are reverted once the ability effects ends. Momentum drain does not apply for the duration of Vendetta. Mark duration 30 seconds. Cooldown imagines 150 seconds again. And then we have 12 passive modifiers again. This time it doesn't look like you are limited to what you can use though. I'm not sure if this is going to change when it comes out. These just look like they're available once you've got them. Use them how you want, whereas last season we were limited to using close range ones, medium, long range ones. It looks like once these are unlocked currently that you can use what you want. We'll start with aggressive drone. If you get this passive modifier, it will increase the striker drone's damage by 15%, but reduces its duration by 20%. With the critical momentum passive modifier, critical hits have a 50% chance to grant 1% momentum. With critical recovery, critical hits restore 0.15% of your maximum armor. The explosive amp passive modifier will give Seeker Mines double damage to blacklisted enemies. With explosive expertise, explosive skill kills reduce the cooldown of that skill by 30% if you score a multi-kill. Fortified shield increases your skill shield's base health by 100%. With microwave coils, up to 4 enemies affected by pulse now receive the burn status effect. You gain 5% bonus momentum for every affected hostile. The momentum surge passive modifier will allow kills with skills to double the momentum gain. Overclocked projector allows the decoy skill to emit a bright flash when destroyed or deactivated, which will blind up to 2 enemies targeting it. You receive 5% bonus momentum for every affected hostile, and the range is 40 meters. Reactive reinforcement heals 5% of your maximum armor when your shield takes damage. This effect has a 10-second cooldown. With the Reaper scan passive modifier, enemies scanned with the pulse have 25% chance to receive a blacklist mark. And finally, rigged battery. Player drones that are destroyed or dismantled apply shock to 2 nearby enemies. Receive 5% bonus momentum for every affected hostile. We then have the Season 3 journey, and they have changed the way this works a little bit this time around. There's more season pass XP rewards. We don't get to see the season pass in the PTS, so we won't know what that looks like until it actually comes out on the 25th of February. But also they've changed the way that you have to do it. Journey mission 1 and 2 are not mandatory. You don't need to do these. You can skip them if you want to. Only journey mission 3 onwards is mandatory. And Yannick says because the way they intended this to be done on seasonal characters was for new players as well. 1 and 2 is kind of to take new players through the journey and give them a bit of like a tutorial in a way going through them, I guess. But you can start straight from 3 now and just do 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And I know they spoke in the past about making this not as grindy as it was and maybe more team focused if they can. So what I want to do now is just go through the season 3 journey in whole. Let's have a look at all the objectives. They did show this today. So let's have a look. Journey mission 1. It works the same. Otherwise, you're going to have 8 objectives. 6 need to complete the mission before you can move on. You're going to get rewards for that. And there's going to be greater rewards for the season pass XP. So starting with 1, you got to complete American History Museum, complete propaganda broadcasts, 3 of them, deconstruct 4 items, liberate control points, just 1 of them, craft 4 gear pieces, complete 2 main missions, complete public executions. I'm going to guess that's like 3 maybe, and then loot items of specialized or higher quality. Very similar to how the last journey was in season 2, this current season, and it looks like you can get that done very quickly. This is hard to read, but he was switching between the screens very quickly. I can just about make it out here. So, Journey Mission 2, you'll have to donate resources to control points 500, complete 2 bounties, equip items with the same brand, complete territory controls, 4 of them, craft 2 weapons, complete the Jefferson Plaza mission, claim a season pass reward, and complete the Tidal Basin Stronghold. Some of these are repeating from the last journey. Journey Mission 3 will be where you start unlocking your mods. Last season, or this season, it was 4. So you do start unlocking them earlier on. But just remember, when you do complete Journey Mission 3 and you unlock your first set of mods, then that is when the hostile modifiers will become active as well. And for this Journey Mission, you've got to accumulate momentum to reach Tier 2. You got to maintain momentum Tier 2 for 60 seconds. Eliminate hostiles, 500. Eliminate elite hostiles, 100. Eliminate hostiles with headshots, 150. Achieve double kills. Eliminate hostiles with explosives. And eliminate hostiles using skills. You can see 40 of each on that. At the minute, definitely not as grindy. We are only up to Journey Mission 3 though, but very straightforward. And just playing the game how you want to achieve all of that, really. Journey Mission 4 will give you some more mod unlocks. And this is where it started getting very grindy on the first journey we had this season. So let's have a look. Restore 100,000 armor via critical recovery. Eliminate hostiles using Seeker Mine, blacklisted counters 2. Eliminate frenzied hostiles. Achieve double kills using explosive skills. Prevent momentum decay. Eliminate blacklisted hostiles. Maintain momentum tier 2 for 120 seconds. And perform headshot kills to boost momentum. Nothing there says to me that I can't do any of that any way that I want to do it. I really like that. Even though it's a little bit more from Journey Mission 3, there's nothing too bad there. You've got to use some of the modifiers, but that's the whole point of the journey, right? It introduces you to these modifiers so you actually get to use them and experience them. Journey Mission 5. For this one, you have to eliminate hostiles while Overdrive is active. Eliminate hostiles while Overdrive is on cooldown. Eliminate hostiles using skills. Eliminate hostiles with skills while Momentum Surge is equipped. Eliminate blacklisted hostiles. Reach Momentum Tier 5. Prevent Momentum Decay. Maintain Momentum Tier 4 for 180 seconds. And then Journey Mission 6. This was the worst one in Season 2. Journey Mission 6 was a nightmare. This is sounding so much easier this time, though. For 6, you got to activate Vendetta and eliminate marked hostiles. Eliminate sidearm marked enemies using the correct weapon while Vendetta is active. Eliminate hostiles with aggressive drone. Use Reaper Scan to mark and eliminate hostiles. Maintain Momentum Tier 4 for 240 seconds. Eliminate hostiles while Tactical Supremacy is active. Reach Momentum Tier 5 and eliminate 5 hostiles. And eliminate blacklisted hostiles, 350. Quite a high figure there. But again, just play the game how you want. You'll get that done. Any way you want to do it. You're going to get blacklisted hostiles to kill. I think there was also a mod that made more enemies blacklisted. You could probably speed this up. And just the same with this season's journey, you only need to complete the first 6 by the looks of it. That 7th mission there, there's no rewards for mods. You'll get them all from the others by the looks of it. And it's showing the Carmine mask again. They're obviously hiding what the reward will be for completing Journey Mission 7. But let's have a look at the objectives. You've got to activate Tactical Supremacy and eliminate hostiles 600 times. Extend Tactical Supremacy by performing headshot kills 300 times. Eliminate hostiles while using Fortified Shield. Restore 100,000 armor via reactive reinforcement. Maintain Momentum Tier 5 for 60 seconds. Reach Momentum Tier 5 and eliminate 8 hostiles. Eliminate hostiles while maintaining momentum above 50%, and activate Overdrive, Vendetta, and Tactical Supremacy once within 15 minutes. They are so much reined in from last season's. Like, I remember Journey Mission 7, you had to go and do the Nemesis, and there's like lots of elites to kill at long range, medium range, short range. There's a lot going on, and we found methods to like make the grind just easy, and you had to do so many of them as well. There's some high numbers there, but nothing in that journey really says I can't just play the game how I want and get it done. Obviously, while having the modifiers they want me to have active and just teaching me how these modifiers work in the process. We're going to do the same this time when this season comes out, but we tried to complete the whole journey in one stream. It took us nearly over 40 hours. That stream was when season 2 came out. I imagine we're going to be finishing this journey much quicker this time, and it's not going to be such a grind. I like it. I do like it. Other bits they did go over, just to close this video off now, they did discuss the manhunt for season 3. It's going to be very similar to how season 2 worked. We are going to have to work to get by each activity and work them out, and pretty much more the same. You can see Agent Kelso there. Burden of Truth is the name of this next season, season 3, and something about what Kelso was wearing. I'm not sure if it's a clue. I'm guessing that's sort of cape that's on, or a scarf or whatever that is. Is this pointing towards Kelso being a hunter? I don't know. Guess we'll find out at the end of the season where this is heading, and into the next season where the story is heading there. In the PTS tomorrow, you will get up to by looks 5 weeks of these to do. You won't need to wait to do them or anything like that, I hope. And you can see what the first 5 weeks of scout missions will be in the PTS. I'll try and get all those videos together so as the season launches, we know what these are going to be. And you'll have the solutions there ready to go. And finally, just to close off this recap video, they did show the image of our boss that will be taken on in this season's climax mission in less than 2 weeks. We can see we've got like a black tusk chunga here with a minigun, but also spray painted in hyena. So maybe a clue as to where this climax mission might be. Maybe it's going to be a hyena mission that is current. I'm not sure if I've already mentioned it in this recap video. I think I did right at the start, but when this climax mission does drop, you will have any normal difficulty to play, but also a master difficulty. If you complete the climax mission at the end of season 2 in less than 2 weeks, you've got a chance of the brand new exotic chest to drop. But if you complete it on master difficulty for the first time, that's going to be a guaranteed drop for you. So you can guarantee that new exotic chest at the end of the season on your first master completion of this climax mission. And then every time after that, or any other difficulty, it's going to run in line with how exotics drop currently, with the percentage per difficulty that you're playing at, with a chance of getting it. Once you get this master difficulty mission as well going forward into a new season, I believe that mission just becomes a master difficulty mission. You can play at any time going forward, and each season now there'll be a mission or some part of the game that they use to turn into master difficulty, and they'll get added as we go. But that is everything. That is the recap from today's stream. I'm quite excited with a lot of news that they shared with us today. It kind of dampened the blow on the DLC delay. I cannot wait for their live stream in March. I think there's going to be one more live stream before then to announce the new season 3, probably give us a trailer and things like that. Might be some other surprises. They did speak today about some new events they want to try in season 3. So there's other stuff to look forward to, as well as apparel items, of course, that they release for us to look better if we want to as the season goes on. So lots more stuff to look forward to in season 3 in that respect as well. But I think I'm most excited now for March when they do the Division Day. I think we're going to get some big announcements. I would expect, and don't quote me on this in many ways, but I'd expect that on that Division Day we actually get a date for the DLC to land. I think we're going to get that. I think we might even get a trailer, maybe even some gameplay, and actually find out what the DLC is. That's what I'm expecting. I'm expecting much more information on the DLC when they do that Division Day stream in March, and maybe even a Year 7 roadmap. Who knows? Because by March, we're going to be getting closer to that Year 7. Season 3, Yannick did state earlier, is the end of Year 6. There is a Year 7. They've been working on it, so they got some stuff to discuss, and they're excited to discuss it as well. So I'm excited to hear it. I can't wait for that. But thank you for watching this recap video today. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe, comment down below to help the algorithm, join the community. It's in our video description. And especially if you want help with this master difficulty in a couple of weeks, be people there to help you. Until next time, though, thank you for watching. Have a great weekend. Take care and peace out.